Hello and welcome back to that Eurovision site. I'm joined today by Ant. Welcome to that Eurovision site. How are you doing today?
Very nice. Thank you, Daniel. How are you doing?
Good, good. Now you're competing in Eesti Laul for the first time. What does it mean for you to be part of the competition?
It's very exciting, to be honest, that I have dreamed to be here and also into Eurovision stage for so long. And after last year winning the Estonian Pop Idol, I thought it would be the good step for me, the best step for me to take part in Eesti Laul and win it, hopefully.
Yeah, here's hoping. And your song is called Tomorrow Never Comes. What is the song about and how did it come to be in Eesti Laul?
After, as I said, winning the competition last year, I have joined with Universal Music and from the last year's production group, the Kim Wennerström, who was the producer of the last year's Estonian Eurovision song. We had a chat with him and talked about my vision and what kind of song I would like to have for hopefully taking part this year. And we sat together, came up with a few ideas, a few demos, and then we just took it further. And I'm really happy with the outcome.
So as you said, you wrote the song with Kim Wennerström and someone else,
And as Mary
Else.
Gasparoli was also there, yeah. I think she joined a few years back when Alika did one with a song called "So Good at What You Do." That song had stick with me a lot. I really liked her lyrical movements and melody, so we have asked her to join us, and actually we had a couple of songs came out of that session. It was very productive for us. Yeah.
So how helpful was it having people who know how SDLR works, so people who have been in it before?
I mean, in my end, it's actually I had a very like strict and not strict, but very strong vision on how I should be there because I know what works for me. Although I have won Popstar last year, I'm actually 29 years old, so I have developed my own taste throughout the years.
Yeah.
So I had a very strong vision on how it's supposed to be, and but it was definitely helpful for having a winner producer and having a very successful Eesti Laul song artist as a writer in the camp. I'm very grateful that we got together because they're both very lovely people and they really worked well and cohesively with my vision and opinion.
So just a little bit about your background. You started your journey into music quite late in your life. Can you tell us more
Mhm.
about that?
Yeah, I have actually born and raised in Turkey, Istanbul, and I have moved here in Estonia to Estonia 6, 7 years back. And I have worked in an office life for quite so long. Then at some point, sadly my dad died, and that made me question life a bit, at what I really want to do with my life. And I just took this bold step of coming out of my work from the red race and then start singing. And then I filled the audition for the pop star here, the pop idol format here, and basically that changed my whole life. Now here I am singing high notes and giving people goosebumps. Yeah.
And what do you think your dad would say if he saw how far you've come on this journey already?
I mean, he definitely couldn't say I told you so because he was very against me singing throughout my childhood. He was very, not exactly conservative, but very, so to say, very, he had his own opinions about how I should be raised and I should be doctor or whatsoever. He was never open to the idea that I could make my living out of this, but he wasn't definitely right, but I really wish that he could have seen this. Yeah.
Okay. And obviously you're not originally from Estonia.
I mean, yeah,
Ha
by blood, but by heart, definitely, I'm
yeah,
Estonian.
yeah, that was I was gonna go on. How does it feel to have like been embraced by your, I guess, your new home in such a big way?
I mean, I have this actually one of the reasons that I would like to join Eurovision as a child in Turkey. I have grew up with Eurovision and when the month hit May and we all waited for it, sit down in front of television and watched it. And this was a huge moment for me when I grew up. So I always dreamed to be there one day. Sadly, Turkey is not taking part anymore for many quite years already. And one of my personal motives to actually be there as a Turkish origin guy, but I would say that I owe everything I got till this day to Estonia. So this is my real home. Like when I go to Turkey for visiting my parents and stuff, like I miss here back after quite a few days. So I would say my new home gave me everything I got, my family here, my job, and they believed in me when my own parents didn't believe in me. They raised me. I mean, they made me do things that I even didn't believe myself that I could do one day. So I have this feeling of that I owe to Estonia a lot. And hopefully if I manage to be in a Eurovision stage with all those hungry Turkish fans waiting Turkey to be there, I think they will somehow take part of the pride of me being there. And I hope this will be useful for Estonia.
And more on Estonia, I saw that something that was really helpful when you were learning Estonian is through singing and music. Is there any
Yeah.
particular artists or songs in Estonia
I
that
mean,
have
I
helped
think
you?
my first exposure to Estonia was the Ott Lepland Sankula when he sang in Azerbaijan, I think 2012, 13, something like that. And this had stick with me quite a long time. Then when a few years back, no, 6, 7 years back, when I moved back to Estonia, I just dived in what more songs he had, and I started jump to other artists. And so since childhood, I really liked singing, and I think singing was, for me at least, now I'm a very very fluent Estonian speaker, and I think that helped me massively on my journey of learning Estonian. But I mean, that's a bit weird background because Turkish and Estonian are somehow related to each other as languages in very, very, very distant ways. So I had my own advantages of learning, but singing and Estonian songs helped me tremendously.
How did you come to move to Estonia?
I have an Estonian wife that I met in Turkey, and for some yes, I think it was 3 years we have lived there together in Turkey. Then when we get the news that we would have a kid, we both decided that maybe it would be better for us to raise her here. And then I found a job here in marketing, and then I moved here, and here I am. I mean, I had a quite full journey. I didn't expect to live in Estonia, but from the first moment that I've been here, I fell in love with it because all the nature, all the simplicity, how small it is, it really fit my own personality very well.
What are some of your favorite things about the country?
I think it's how clean it is after. I mean, I love Turkey also, but I think it's a bit contrasting in that sense because things are very easy here, very since due to the population, I think things flow easier here and it's more quiet. It helps me think and be with my mind more. And plus the nature is also amazing here. Of course, Turkey has more derivations to offer, but I think here is things are more simpler. It lets you be yourself. This is the best part about Estonia, I would say.
And you've been releasing music for a little while now.
Yeah.
If for the people who like Tomorrow Never Comes, what is one song from what songs you've released already that you'd say, if you
Um,
like Tomorrow Never Comes, you'll also like this?
I think so far I have been experimenting at what would work in Estonia. I mean, obviously, I write all my songs with my heart. I mean, all my songs starts as ballad. Then we check how with the production where we can go. But I would say Kui sind pole, the latest release before Tomorrow Comes, I think kind of the point where I get the hang of stuff after winning last year's show. So I would say, but it's very taste question. Like different things. I don't have many so far. I have 4 songs in total, so it wouldn't take so much time for everyone to listen and take a look at themselves. But I would say Kuisin Pola, it has some weekend vibes in it. I think people would love that also.
And what was the experience like of being on Idol? Is that anything you'd like ever expected to be on?
Yeah, I mean, my initial vision of my strategy to become a singer or more famous or make a living out of this was actually through Eesti Laul. The last year's Eesti Laul, we had this, but the pop idol thing, because we never knew that this show would come again after 2, 3 years after Alika has won in 2021. So I think 2 years afterwards, we didn't know it was coming, but suddenly when I saw that this was the plan for it to happen, so I quickly changed my strategy. And I mean, I didn't expect if I would win because I didn't know if the Estonian guys would be ready for a Turkish guy to be there. But I mean, I love being like them, and I think they love that about me. And we got along very nicely, and I haven't felt actually at all have been discriminated just because I was from Turkey or something like that. They took me in as a family, all the producers, people who watched the show. So my journey was quite straightforward to win. But I would say I had the pretty tough competition there as well. But yeah, I like to compete. I'm a competitor. Like I love. I don't care how disadvantageous I am. I think this could relate to Eesti Laul also. If just on paper, when you see people, the lineup this year is pretty competitive and hard, especially with Tommy Cash here. Obviously, he has a huge hype behind him, but that's his trump. That's his strong side to have the hype, the PR, the social media. But we will see what will happen when we have the live show on February the 15th. Yeah.
I think stranger things have happened, so you never know.
I mean, yeah, I don't blame anyone who got in the hype or who support any other artist. I mean, this is in the end, music shouldn't be much of a concrete thing. It should be some subjective thing that everybody has their own opinions. But I really hope that my song and me will help people relate to it from my story and for what I have to say. And I hope we will surprise a few more in live show as well. I have my own plans. Yeah.
Well, they can't tell us much about that.
I cannot tell more, but yeah, I have surprises that I can tell.
And obviously, you touched on Kula already. Are there any songs maybe from your childhood watching Eurovision that stand out to you?
I mean, I think one of my earliest memories, obviously, Serta Perenner did one in 2003 and 2001 won Estonia with Tanel Padar and Dave Bent. And I think, I mean, those the winner songs are obviously are those who stick. The Molitva was a Serbian song. It was very soulful, I think. And I could just name a lot. I think after 2000s, I have, due to my age, I can remember those the most. But yeah, I think 2004 Shake It by Sakis Rovas from Greece was a very catchy and cool song. And obviously, yeah, Ukraine won that year. I think that year actually Turkey had a very good song as well. I don't exactly remember what was the Estonian song in 2004, but the Rendaja was really good. And also from Switzerland, the Vanilla Ninja was very good. But they were Estonians, but did represent Switzerland. I think that was very cool show to see. I mean, not much in favor, but I think Timo Pilan had done very quite expressive work after 2 years apart. He came back and won. I think that was expressive. I mean, we all love Sweden when it's about Eurovision. That's I think everybody would agree on this. To the fact that they have won it so much, and I think they understand the concept of songwriting and performing very much, that they know how to win this better than everybody else.
Are there any songs that didn't make it to Eurovision out of Eesti Laul that you particularly like?
Well, that's a good question actually. On top of my head, nothing comes, but I'm pretty sure definitely. Like I think one of the songs from Eurovision, I would say, when Måneskin won, I really liked Tout l'univers from John Steers. I think I mean, with that concept, that is the first thing. But with Eesti Laul, it's hard to say. I don't remember exactly what song. There were definitely has been good songs. but I mean, I don't remember like that have deserved the win but couldn't. And that kind of scenario in my mind, I cannot find it on top of my head. Sorry, but for Eurovision, I have a few. Which one? I think the Cornelia Jacobs was also was Hold Me Closer. Actually, I have covered this. You could find this on my Instagram. I really love this song.
It's a really good song.
Yeah, really good
So,
song.
thank you for your time. And just before you go, is there anything you'd like to say to an international audience?
Oh, obviously. Thank you so much for inviting, Daniel. Big thanks to you, first of all. And I have received pretty amazing feedback already that I haven't expected, because my song wasn't the song to get the hype from the first second, but I have liked what I heard so far, and I would everyone to give me a chance to listen. And I think my song is type of a song that you would get it more the more you listen. I think in the first glance it would just sound like a ballad, but I'm sure they will find themselves in the song. So other than that, let us all enjoy this journey. I'm here to compete. I'm actually here for a win. I'm definitely not using Eesti Laul for promotion. So I would really love if they support me and share with their friends and so what. But the main thing that I would like them to relate with me, watch me, and if they like, stick with me. Yeah.
Thank you very much, and best
You're
of luck in
welcome.
Eesti Laul.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Take care.